here. Say hello. Hi. Hello, everyone. He's looking at himself. Hello, everyone. The camera is here. Mwah. Bisous. Mwah. Mwah. So yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. As I mentioned in my previous my very first video, we are doing a segment of first time mom, which is me being a first time mom for the first time, my very first baby, a cute little handsome little boy. And we are here just to share our experience, right? How everything went by, how he came about. And my wish was to film my whole pregnancy journey. I wanted to do a vlog about everything, but as you guys saw in the previous episodes, how it turned out from since the second trimester, there wasn't a possibility for me to do that. So yeah, that is why I have to do it this way. I have to tell you guys what happened. I have to go back in the past. It's like when you're watching those movies and you need to go back in the past. Okay guys, I'm gonna go get dressed, and if he allow me, if it pleases the prince, that I get dressed, and then we can start this video. And we're gonna start with episode number 4. Yeah, we're on our 4th episode, so it's going really fast, guys. But I have so much more to share, so stay tuned for more. Now say bye-bye. You won't be in the other scene. I hope not. I hope he fall asleep. So if he doesn't fall asleep, he's gonna be right here with me. Yes guys, we're back. I managed to put the baby to sleep, and we can continue with our video. But you know how it is as a new mom. This is the routine that you do, is feed him, change him, and put him to sleep, and replay. It goes on and on and on, yeah, until they can do some things for themselves. But at the moment, we have to take care of that. So yes, so this episode is about the birth of the baby, the birth of our handsome boy. How did he end up here, and what way? Like I mentioned in my previous video, when I think about it, it's very sad, because I really didn't want to have a C-section, because I know I've heard what I didn't know. I've heard all the pain that comes after the operation. So but here we are, we had to do it, right? We don't have any other choice. The doctor said, I went to the doctor appointment on the Monday, and then we tried to do the manual move on the Wednesday, and then that same day we scheduled the C-section for Friday. So it was very how you say, unplanned. And yeah, we had a feeling, the doctor did said if it didn't turn around when we do the manual turn, that we will have to plan in the C-section. So we had a little idea that we have to do it immediately, but we didn't know how soon. So yeah, we end up doing it that same week. It was week 38 or 39, one of those weeks. I have to double check, and I'll write it down for you guys. Basically the due date was in December. We were so excited in December, because all of us would have been December. Father also born on December, and I'm also born in December, so we would have a December family. But that wasn't the plan. It came in November. So yeah, it was very nerve-wracking. It was I was very nervous. Then I had to really plan what I was going to do, because I had already signed up. Like here in the Netherlands, you can sign up for something called is it like, what is it? I have to look for the word because I don't know it in English. I only know it in Dutch. So they would have like nurses come over to your house to help you for a full week when you just give birth. And I had already applied for that. The nurse already came. We did an interview and everything. She came to the house and we already discussed how everything was gonna be. But because I live in an apartment where there are stairs to go up in the house, and if you visited the Netherlands before, you live in the Netherlands, you know already the Netherlands houses, apartments are full of stairs. If you're lucky to be living in a new building who has an elevator, then you're lucky. But otherwise, you have these old stairs, very sharp corners, or very crooked stairs. Anyway, any kind of old stairs from old houses, you name them, that's what they have in the Netherlands. So I have one of these. I'm living in one of these apartments, so I was not able to go up the stairs right after my operation, because it's gonna be a C-section. So I had to find a way, where am I gonna stay for that 1 week. And luckily there's something called the kraamzorg, that is like on a hotel where after you finish had an operation that you can stay. It is covered under your insurance. So anybody who's watching me from the Netherlands, maybe, I don't know if you knew, because me, I didn't know. I only find out because, yeah, I needed at that moment that something like that do exist, which is very, very good. They did a very good job. I would really recommend that place, and I would also write down their name and their link to their company. If you are pregnant and you're watching this video, you can always request to go there, because it's an option. You can have the nurse come to you at your house, or you can go there. So I didn't know that option that exists, that you could go there. But during the time I was preparing myself for the C-section, I was there with a sister of mine, and she was telling me, yeah, there's something like that exists. I should call and find out if there's space. But one thing I have to say though, the Kraam Hotel, you cannot make a reservation like a normal hotel. So it's on the day that you make the operation, on the day that you're going to leave the hospital, that is when you can call and says, hey, I'm leaving today, is there a spot for me? So then they always not guarantee that you're gonna have a spot. So that's why I called 2 places. I still called just to let him know it's gonna be on this date and I'm gonna call. And she was like, yeah, it's good that you called, but you have to call on the day that you're leaving the hospital. So I did call 2 places to find out, exactly how it works, what do I have to do, how long I can stay there, because like everything was new to me, So yes, guys, yeah, I was just busy planning what am I going to do, because I actually can't do anything for like a week after the operation. I need to like rest. Yeah, so I had to try to put things in place, and I'm so happy that I have so many sisters from my church who could have helped, and my own sister also was here. 2 of my sisters was here as well to help me. They were was very helpful as well. And unfortunately my husband could not be there for the birth of the child, because it was unplanned. It was supposed to be in December. We did it in November because of the head, not because of the breech baby. So yeah, it was a very tough time, to be, even though I had so many people around me, I had so many sisters, I had so many friends who came and helped me, but I still felt really alone, because there's a difference when you have your partner there with you and you have to go through these kind of things. And yeah, it was very tough, but I thank God we went through it. And yes, now I can easily talk about it, but yeah, it wasn't that easy for me to go through by myself, even though I wasn't by myself, but I felt really alone going through it all. So yes, the birth. So after we did all the preparations, because the hotel, they only provide for you breakfast, so you have to get lunch and dinner. So my sister prepared for me lunch and dinner. She said she would bring for me, so I had that in place. And then I have all the other sisters who come in, they say they would bring things for me. So it's like I had already, everything was already prepared and planned. So now we just have to wait for the date for the Friday to come. So my sister came, she picked me up, we went together. I actually make a little vlog, we wanted to do I still wanted to film this whole journey, but the way that it went, I just couldn't film. I didn't have the energy to film. I didn't have the motivation to even look in the camera. And I don't really have much pictures after the second trimester because yeah, there was no motivation to take pictures. I was laying down in bed in pain. So, but I do have a small clip my sister took for me when we were going into the when I was going into the hospital. We were trying to video the whole thing, but they didn't allow us to videotape the operation itself, even the room before where we had to prep for the operation. So yeah, we didn't have much, but I will put the little clip for you guys to see the little beginning of it all. I was yeah, try to stay calm and relaxed. And the doctor, you know, this operation, they already explained to me that I won't feel anything because they will give me the epidural. So it's like this needle they're gonna give you in the back, on your back. And then so from your hip to your toes, it will be completely numb. You won't feel a thing. And so basically some people say, oh yeah, it's fine to have a C-section because you don't have to push. You're not gonna feel all those kind of how you call them, those pressure, what is that word, when you get in that pressure then you have to push. You won't feel none of those things, basically because they're taking the baby before time. So the day has arrived, time for us to go. It was early in the morning. My operation was at 8 a.m. in the morning, so we left the house around 6. I don't live too far from the hospital, so we drove in and we went there. We checked in. They gave me like a badge for my name on my arms, and then they had to do that needle thing. Oh, it's so horrible. That water that they have to connect, or infuse, yeah, infuse it's called. Oh, it was so painful. And the lady, the nurse who was doing it, she couldn't find my vein apparently in one hand, then she had to do it in the other hand, and she still couldn't find it, so she had to call somebody else to do it. So painful. That I hate that infused thing that they have to put in your arms. But just in case you need extra blood, you know, because you're gonna lose a lot of blood. Yes, you lose a lot of blood during the C-section. I'm gonna write it down for you guys, the amount of blood that was lost. And sometimes people in C-section, if your blood is very low, you can even pass out. So but mine's, I didn't pass out, mine's went well. So yes, we arrived to the hospital and we get everything prepared. I went into my room, and we were waiting for my time to come. We went into the prep room. They put on a different operation gown thing on me, and my sister also had to wear something on her head. And then they was like, oh, there's an emergency operation, so I have to wait, and then I will be next, but this operation needs to go fast. Maybe something happened. And then they brought me back to the room. Then I had to wait for maybe almost an hour before we start my operation. And they didn't really tell us much what was going on, but I know that we had to wait for 1 hour before we started. And finally they came for me and they brought me to the operation room. I was so nervous because when I entered the room, it was so bright. The room was so bright. There's like a big light on top of my head, two big lights on this side, one in the middle, and so many nurses, and they're just like going on like bees going bzz, 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 bzz. Everybody like in position to do their own thing, you know, like because everybody have to do something, I guess, how they work, and everybody was saying something. And then the one who brought me inside, he was like, are you okay? Is everything okay? Okay, we're gonna do this. Like everything they was doing, they was telling me what they're going to do before they do it. Okay, get ready, we're gonna do the epidural. Are you ready? And then they put in the they did the injection, and then and he's like, okay, we're gonna test to see if you feel anything. So then after then he started hitting, there's like a small little thing that they were using to touch my leg, and he was like, can you feel something? I was like, no. Can you feel something? He was like already testing from my hip to my toes, and the thing worked so fast, I didn't feel nothing. He was like, okay, we're good, we're ready to start. And he was like, are you ready? I was like, yeah, I guess. I can't feel nothing anyway. So he was like, okay, we're gonna start. And after then, I asked my sister, how is it going? She said, oh, the lady, they already started, they already cut you, and they're pulling the baby out. That was so fast. I don't know if it was in seconds that it happened. It went so quick. The next thing they were saying, it was like, prepare yourself to hold the baby, prepare yourself to hold the baby. Or do you want to hold the baby? And I was like, yes. So then after then, the doctor was like, okay, let's bring down. They put like a little blindfold in front of me, so I wasn't able to see the operation, what was really happening. And then when the baby almost going to come out, then they bring it down a little bit, so I could already see the leg, two little legs shaking, because it seems like they pull him from inside of me, still head down, because I guess the way he was, I'm not sure. My sister filmed it. I still haven't taken my time to watch it. I can't watch those kind of things, bloody stuff. I haven't really watched it yet myself, how they did it. But what I could have seen is that the baby leg was out, and they was struggling to take out his head from inside. From my view, that's what I saw. I don't know if it was a struggle, but it was just part of the process. And then finally he was out, and then I was like, oh, this was like, yeah, there he is. And I heard the nurses, they was clapping, they was saying, oh. And then after then I said, but I don't hear anything, he's not crying. And the nurse was like, yes, give it some time, he's gonna cry. And then the other nurse was taking him, wiping him down, because they was gonna bring him to me. And then just in a few seconds, and the cry started. I was like, oh, there it is, there's a cry. Yeah, so our baby was born, a healthy baby boy. I hold him, full of blood. I hold him, and he was crying. And after then, my sister hold him, and she cut the cord. And then they took him to get him dressed, and then immediately they start snitching me up. I believe while I was holding him, I think they already did that, because when I gave them back the baby, they were like, done, take her to the other room. So then the nurse came by me and said, yes, everything went well, the operation went well, and we'll see you in the other room. So like I said, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel nothing at all, no pain, nothing, not even a headache, so nothing at all. I just went to the other room. They cleaned the wound a little bit. I guess they snitched everything, they closed everything, because at that point I still doesn't feel my leg, I still doesn't feel nothing hasn't come back yet. Everything is still numb. So I'm still laying down on the bed. They brought me to my other room, and then a few minutes later they also brought the baby to me, and then they was like, yeah, let's try to see if we can feed him, if I have any milk. And they brought the baby to me, and yes guys, that's how the baby was born. He was born on the 29th of November. The operation went well, and then it was time for me to feed him. But guess what guys, you will hear more about it in the next video. Do I have any milk? Was I able to feed my baby? I don't know. Stay tuned for the next episode guys, for you to find out what happened to the baby, where did we go, did the Kram Zorg had space for us on that day, were we stranded in the road? Come and listen to us. Yes guys, so stay tuned for the next episode to find out what happened to me and the baby. Were we stranded on the street? Did they have any space for us in the Kram Hotel? Come and check out the next episode guys to find out what happened in my journey as a first-time mom to my nice, beautiful, handsome boy. So see you guys in the next video. Yes, bye bye.